Hello, welcome to my 25, 26, 27 week pregnancy vlog. Yay! Could be 24, 25, 26. Anyway, you guys know what it is. Here's my belly. Oops. Here's the belly. Hello. Hello. I'm actually 28 weeks today, and I'm feeling really good. I had to go to Kmart to do a shop because none of my clothes fit me. Yeah. I've been really struggling in the pants department, so I have not been having much success with pants. So now I'm just literally wearing leggings. That's my go-to. And these ones are really cool. They're not even maternity ones, but the way they crisscross at the top was actually so helpful. Now they've got this little cross thing here, so that kind of just sits right under the belly, and it's really helpful. So what is new in these weeks? Well, obviously getting bigger, so much movement, consistent movement throughout the day now, like just flutters and kicks and rolls and just the whole thing. I'm officially in my 3rd trimester now, which is crazy. I feel like it's gonna go really fast. We're back home from travel. We traveled a lot, which was great, but it's also just nice to come and settle and be with the kids and get in the routine of school. On Wednesdays and Fridays, I have no children at the house, which is going to change. But it's, even today, I'm like, what am I gonna do today? Like I go and I get my breakfast and I drop the kids off, go get my breakfast, come back, twiddle my fingers, like, oh, what am I gonna do today? I've been doing a lot of nesting. I brought all the baby clothes back from America, which actually, was kind of challenging because I don't know the gender, and I think I said this maybe in the last video, but I think when I first had my sons, I was just like shopping in the boy department, like all the trucks and the blues and those kind of really gravitated towards like real dude clothes. And then I did the opposite when I had girls. I gravitated towards frilly pinks and dresses and all that sort of stuff. And so a lot of the newborn stuff that I have it's very gender specific. So I only found probably 8 outfits spanning from newborn to 6 months that really do feel gender neutral. And that's kind of how I would like to dress my babies, is not be so gender specific this time around. But it's funny when you just have all these hand-me-downs, and I spend a lot of time spraying stains, milk stains off of everything. And so I have a lot of baby clothes, but I don't have heaps of newborn stuff. Starting to think about the idea of collecting a little bit more of that. Not that you really need too much in those early days, but I remember there's so much spitting up that oftentimes, or like blowouts, that oftentimes you end up going through a lot of changes with the newborn. And it's so funny, like Prairie's only 3 or 3.5 now. But it does feel like so long ago that I had a little baby, that I think it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be just an adjustment, getting back into the flow of what that looks like, what sleep looks like. There are certain things that I had last time, like I had a snoo last time, which I don't have this time. I could get it potentially. I'm going back to Adelaide in a couple of weeks to go through my storage facility and see what baby clothes I have there. And, you know, when we packed up our stuff in Adelaide, I wasn't pregnant at the time. Or actually, maybe I was pregnant, but I didn't know I was pregnant. I was probably very newly pregnant. I was like a week away from finding out I was pregnant. So when we did our big drive, I like left everything in storage. All the baby stuff's in storage. My Dockatop car seat, hello, is in storage. I reckon I have a really good nursing pillow that's in storage. So it's just gonna be good to get back to Adelaide and go through storage and see like, what do I have? What do I need? What can I get rid of? Because there's just so much as well. I even brought like really cute specific baby toys, which I'm not gonna need for a while. Obviously the baby's not gonna play with toys for a bit, but it's really fun to start thinking about all of it. And I've got a scan today at my 28-week sort of baby wellness scan just to see how baby's going. I had a dream last night that during the scan I found out if it was a boy or a girl, which again, I'm still really feeling like it's a boy, because I had a couple of mediums, like really powerful mediums, tell me it was a boy. I've had about 3 in a row. No one's told me it's a girl. Everyone, everyone said it's a boy. By the time this comes out, you guys will know that Sarah had her daughter, Ocean. Same middle name as Bodhi, Rain, Ocean Rain. They share a middle name, which is pretty cute. Best name in the entire world. I've been calling Bodhi Rain so much recently because his little best friend, Bodhi Sunshine, also is called Bodhi, so we call them Sunshine and Rain. But yeah, it's such a good name. And she had a little girl. We all thought it was going to be a boy, but then when she found out it was a girl, we're all like, what? But she's meant to be, and so I've been thinking about Sarah's birth a lot, and as you guys know by now, it was pretty complicated and it was very challenging for her. Well, at least the second stage, all the labouring was fine, but it was like once it came down to actually pushing and get that baby past the cervix, that was the really challenging part for her. And so it definitely did not go the way she had envisioned it. And I think when you have a close friend have a birth that didn't go quite how they thought it would go, you can't help but think about, oh, is that going to happen to me? And she was lucky she was in a hospital. I mean, she could not have done that. She could not have given birth that way at home. And it has made me think, like, okay, I have a home birth. I know I have 2 of the most wonderful, trained women as my midwives who've both got like 25 to 30 years plus worth of births behind them. They are the best of the best in their fields, both of them. And I have the 2 of them, the combined power of both of them. So that puts me to ease. And I think it's just about unpacking any fears that come up surrounding the birth and thinking about, you know, just like, what are those protocols in place? When will if there needs to be a transfer, let's do that on the earlier side rather than waiting. I'm not precious about a home birth. I love a home birth. What I am precious about is a water birth. I do love a water birth. I can't imagine not having one now that I've had my last 3 have all been water births. But I'm also just so go with the flow. So I think now that I'm in my 3rd trimester, I've been thinking a lot more about the birth and how this baby's going to come in how I'm gonna cope. And I have not been exercising, you guys, at all. This is the most weight I've put on during a pregnancy, which I don't usually focus on any of that stuff. I actually weighed myself for the first time throughout this pregnancy, and the last 4 pregnancies, or 4 children, I weighed myself almost every week, and I wrote down how much I weighed to see how much weight I put on throughout the pregnancy. And so I weighed myself, and then I went back to compare it with Prairie's, and I'm about like 3 or 4 pounds heavier than I was. So it's not a massive difference, but I definitely feel not nearly as fit. And I'm sure that comes with age, but also I have not been actively working out. So that's something I really want to take on. Hopefully by the time I do the next video, now that I'm home, I'm going to be putting my Apple Watch on. I'm going to be working out. I'm going to be going on my trampoline, even though my pelvic floor is so bad. When I had my cough, I would go through 2, 3, sometimes 4 pairs of underwear in a day. Yes. Lucky I'm feeling a lot better now, and it's just this, it's barely nothing. I basically feel 100%. But that is something I know I do notice about myself, is that when I am pregnant, my immune system goes down, and if I get sick, I stay sick for a long time. It's a lot harder for me to kick the feeling. Sleep-wise, I feel great. I sleep with a pillow on my side. I'm sleeping on the side. I turn from side to side. I'm sleeping really well. I'm waking up early, 5:45, 6 a.m. Since we got back, we kind of been in that routine, and I really like it. I'll go and have a bath in the morning and watch the sunrise, and I just love it here so much. It's so peaceful. It's such a good vibe. There's such a beautiful part of the world, and I feel so grateful that we get to be here and have these views and look out the window. I'm looking at the ocean right now. I mean, it's just, I feel very grateful. One thing that's changed in these 3 weeks has been my ice chomping. It's really gone psycho. So I kind of remembered about the ice chomping, and I picked it back up again this pregnancy, just in the last couple of weeks, and it's been everything to me. All I want to do is chomp ice. I will put my ice in a mug. I put hot water on the ice to sort of melt it down a bit so it's not too hard on my teeth. Then I'll put some Element, like Lovewell Element, in there so I feel like I'm being healthy. And then I'll just chew the ice and I will chomp it, and it tastes so good. And it also is keeping me really hydrated, but it's the texture, the feeling of it in my mouth is so good. And yes, I know what it indicates. It indicates that I'm anemic. I've been much better with taking my supplements and my iron and all that sort of stuff. So I think I'm probably not nearly as anemic as I was, but that's still definitely a sign of low iron. So I will keep you posted after I get my bloods done, which I'm getting done today, to just see where my levels are at and if I need an iron infusion, which I probably do need. And what else? Everything else has been really good, just a little bit sore, like in the hips. And I had a great pregnancy massage at this place called Comma here in Byron. Maybe the best massage I've ever had. That was gorgeous. And now I'm just like excited for my slow living. My friends have been in town, and then they just left. And now I'm like, oh, I just get to slow live it out and nest and get ready for this baby coming in 3 months. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Sending you guys love. I hope you're all doing well. And if you're pregnant, I hope it's going great. And I will see you in 3 weeks' time. Okay, bye.